Hi, everyone. Good day, good morning, good evening, in whichever time zone you are. I hope that people can hear me. Maybe Vika, can you confirm that I'm being heard?
Hi, everyone. Yes, then we can hear you well. Thank you.
All right, super. If no objections, colleagues, should we begin?
I think so.
Okay. Well, this is a very timely and important topic today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this workshop, the 11th in the series. It's a great pleasure to join you again as chairman of the WPC and managing director. I first need to recognize that the presentation and the material and the information being presented today has uh, been a lot of hard work from our business development team and our competition team. I'd like to thank them for preparing it uh, and making it so easy for me to perform at my best as the moderator, and I really appreciate that. Um, Everyone has done such a great work in our inaugural season. It's not easy to start something from nothing, and we recognize the great work that everyone's done all across the world in promoting digital and organizing the tournaments. This workshop is going to be informative and instructive about the launch of the 2025-26 season. We might use the shorthand as the Kazakhstan cycle, um, because but it will include this will include necessarily also the qualifying tournament for the Games of the Future in UAE in December. So we were going to have joining us Renee Fazel, who's one of our founding fathers of the WPC and of the digital movement generally. Unfortunately, we've struggled to connect with him, and he's struggled to connect with us as well. So unfortunately, we'll have to continue without him, but we will feature him in an upcoming workshop and have you meet him, and we'd love to hear him address this group. All right, the topics that we're going to cover today. Um, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to make sure that we move through these topics in a timely way so that we have time for questions and answers afterwards. But we will talk about key changes in the ranking system, the new season calendar and its structure. We will discuss what we call red lines, which are some minimum requirements for tournament validation. So we're going to emphasize those in this workshop, and it will importantly make everyone accountable to those red lines. We'll talk about the WPC Plus online platform, its new features and processes, and we will talk about tournament broadcast and video guidelines for uh, marketing purposes, promotional purposes. We'll talk about key changes in those requirements as well. Let's see. Good. Today, joined by myself, by Vlad Urshov, who you also know and met, to speak to us about the competition. And then we'll introduce Ashki Taylor, who is our WPC marketing communications expert as well. All right. Next slide. Thank you. Let's have a look at the key results from our WPC tournament season for 2024-2025 that we could shorthand call that the UAE cycle. We had 308 total applications. 164 were applications for major tournaments, 144 applications for minor tournaments. 66 members applied from 60 different countries. 86 tournaments were conducted, minor tournaments from 6 countries. And 71 major tournaments were held from 31 countries. Everyone, this is one of the statistics that we're most proud of and seems to be getting the most attention as we speak to members of the media, that we've achieved really a fantastic thing, even just our existence. We have close to 100 members in 94 countries. This is a goal that we had for ourselves by the end of 2025, and we were able to achieve it in under 9 months. That's very impressive. Under 9 months since last July. So I guess we all deserve uh, some some accolades for that. We're getting some great attention from regional media wherever we make contact with them, and Ashki could probably speak better to that on what the impact has been. But I'm quite proud to talk about that. But let's move on. I want to introduce to you Vlad, who's going to be our speaker regarding the changes in the ranking system. That will be the first theme that he'll talk about. But again, I'll remind you that we will have a question and answer session at the end. Please keep your questions focused on today's topic. And for any other matters, as you might be inspired to think of that question, you could write to join@worldphygital.org. And for other housekeeping and procedural issues regarding the Q&A, I will address that when our speakers have finished their address. So, Vlad, would you please take it from here? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to meet you here on this meeting, on this webinar. It's quite sensitive and important for all of us, for all of our community, and to launch the new 25-26 season. First of all, I just want to say a couple words, introducing words, before we will deeply dive in the content. We already see on the slide that we have to learn more about new rules and tools for organizing WPC tournaments for this season. That's why we are here today. And this session is tailored specifically for tournament organizers. That are you guys, our members all over the world. Why we made changes? That's because we want to update our system a little bit to make it more fair, more standardized, and easier to manage system. First of all, to all of you. We've also taken all your feedbacks we received after the first season into account to make sure the ranking process will be more clear and will reward the real performance of the members and the tournaments which are delivered by the members. So the tournament's quality and the development of the clubs who participate in our tournaments are the central in the new logics. We want to make it easier to succeed the following all the rules. So let's start here for the content. The main changes we've made in the rating system. First of all, we just want to let you know that we've changed the marketing naming of the tournaments. So on the previous stages, we had the pyramid, which was starting from the regional in-country qualifiers, then proceeding to national tournaments within the countries, and then go into the God qualifier. Now they are called Phygital Origins, like the lower layer of tournaments, Phygital Rivals and Phygital Contenders, if talking about the God qualifier. We've made a huge marketing research on the naming improvements. So we had different options. We were studying for the market, how the leagues and the tournaments are called. This is our final decision, and we already integrated that in the ranking system and ranking documentation, and our marketing colleagues will talk more about it on the later stage of this webinar. And also, the main improvement in the ranking system that we've excluded all the generic points of WPC members from the rating. So now we call it tournament quality rating, and we have only points related to the tournaments itself. And all the points for the WPC member behavior and their um, experience given for WPC community in general, it goes to the new substance, which is called the incentive program, which would be presented to you by my colleagues from business development department of WPC in details on the upcoming WPC summit, which will be in the end of May. So actually here, we are almost done about the content. Please, Vika, can you proceed for the next slide? Yeah. So, what have been added to our new ranking system regulations? So, first of all, WPC Plus online platform. And now this is also the new substance, a new tool, which we would present to you. And this CRM system will help you to operate your tournaments. And the usage of WPC platform now will be mandatory. So from the early start of the season, from the 1st of May, we will open the accounts for the members, and you will start working with that. Beginning from the application for the tournament, and the finish would be reporting on all entire tournaments within the system. The second one, we are asking to make a technical video recording or streaming of all competition processes within the tournaments. We are doing this not like to screw you up or to make your life harder, but for us it was a total mess comparing paper documents you provided for the tournaments and those photos and somewhere videos we received from you. So this new requirement that you will have to make a technical, once again, technical video recording. This is not the full broadcasting process. This is just one camera showing the processes of competitions for us to make a comparison in the later stage while we will get the reporting documentation after the tournament. Now, also, the obligatory part would be to create the open link for registration by WPC Plus system and to publish it within the open sources like your social medias or websites of your entities, or even the WPC website. We will also have this opportunity to share these links within for the teams to be able to register for the tournaments like in an open source. Once again, we can discuss it more closely, but this is the obligation for us to see how the market reacts on our new format and what is the interest, because we had different cases on the previous stages that we heard from the members that, hey, there is no interest, we can't collect the teams and stuff like that. We will see together how it works. But again, if you, for example, have your own 16 teams, you will be able to choose your teams in the account. If you are having like couple slots missing, you can choose from the open registration. So the next one, also very critical and sensitive issues, we limit the number of technical defeats in one entire tournament. So we had different cases on the first season while we were making a reporting on the tournaments, and that is why we've validated that there were tournaments where we had lots of technical defeats, and now we limit the number of those, and I will show later a bit on the next slides how we're going to proceed with that. Also, we are a bit strict in the policy on the transfers. So the athletes are now tied to one club per season in each discipline. So no mid-season transfers are allowed between the teams. Clubs can now take part in unlimited number of origins. So it means in-country regional qualifiers, they can compete in different tournaments, but only in one rival. And right now, we also strengthen the territory policy, so the WPC member can only organize tournaments within their country of registration, no cross-border events at origins and live rivals level allowed. So the next, Vika, please switch. What was been removed from our tournament regulations? We removed out of season tournaments, so no longer count towards ranking. So we will present today the dates and we have to fit in these dates. No penalty scoring as we did on the first cycle, but the cycle was tough due to the timeline. We had only a couple months to deliver the tournaments. Now we have more time. That is why it is strictly regulated when we will host the tournaments and all the processes related to the tournaments. We removed extra points for spectator and venue seating. They were excluded from the rating calculation because this option did not work properly on the first cycle. And also optional disciplines that were previously listed in the documents now are fully removed from the official regulations, and they actually moved from here, from our tournament level regulations to the incentive program again. So the member could deliver any other tournaments, non-rated disciplines. He will add additional points, but not here, not in our regulations. Next slide, please. So here, what do we have here? It's quite similar. No, could you please switch on the bottom part? I'll present. Yeah, it's quite similar to the thing we had on the first season, but the main change, we increased the number of population. So the big countries are not more than 10 millions as we had on the first cycle. It will be more than 50 million. Here in the world, we have only like 20 something countries which will go under this regulation. Everybody else will go to the level of lower than 50 million. Again, origins are staying non-obligatory part of the tournaments, but you can use this option to increase the level of your tournaments, your system within the countries, and to give your teams, your clubs, the opportunity to earn more ranking points. Here, if you host and if you are lower than 50 million, you have to do at least two with 8 teams. And if you are more than 50, you have to do at least 4. Again, it changed. We had 6, but 4 with 16 teams, except for the phygital shooter. For the phygital shooter, we did this exclusion because we realized that it is very hard to organize this tournament, even in the big countries, not having a big interest to that, or because this discipline is quite expensive. We decrease here the obligatory number of teams from 16 to 8. So football and basketball stays 16 in the big countries, but shooters could be done for only 8 teams. And the second part of the slide, yeah, this is exactly about the technical defeats I was talking about in the previous one. So if we have tournaments with GSL grid, it means that if you are 18 tournament, only 2 technical defeats could be done. If you are 16, only 4, and for round robin, 3 and 6. All these figures are fixed and mentioned in our text documents regulating the season. Next slide, please. So yes, here are the main dates we are talking about. So the day after tomorrow, on the 1st of May, we are opening the application campaign. Application period will last for 3 months, May, June, and July. You will be able to plan properly your activities by the end of the year. So 3 months are more than enough as far as we see. And then we do not divide the stages of origins and rivals, so regional and national stages. We are just giving you the whole window of the rest of the year from the 1st of August till the 15th of December to be done with your tournaments within this window of dates. And again, the main date for us to calculate all the rankings, to make all the reporting check and stuff like that by the 6th of February 2026. Yeah, here you see the basic calendar, how we see you have to plan your work to be good in delivery of your tournaments. So 2 months prior the tournament, 60 days before, you have to talk with us with WPC competition department and get your technical rules approved. 1.5 months, so 45 days before the tournament, you have to publish the WPC open link for the open registration for your tournament. And 2 days before, to finalize and approve the list of the teams with us. 1 week before, you have to make draw and publish the tournament schedule. Once again, I have to repeat here that on the first cycle, we were rather kind to you that you ruined the deadlines. Now we ask you to work within the deadlines because we have enough time to plan properly. You have 3 months only for the application campaign. And please do your proper planning to make your life easier and our life easier, because we will be more strict this year checking the regulating documentation and the deadlines we are given here on this kickoff presentation. About the reporting, the deadlines stayed as they were. 3 days after the tournament, you have to put everything in the platform. For now, we are getting rid of our folders structure, but the reporting process will be rather same with all the same necessary documentation. Next, please. So here, once again, I want to highlight one by one all the red lines. We made this slide for you to make it like more convenient. You can open it, you can take a look in there, and if you did everything properly according to this slide, if you did not ruin anything here, it means that you are okay. Your tournament would be ranked. So one by one, first of all, the tournament application has been approved by WPC. So you will put it through WPC Plus platform and we will make the approval on that. The tournament technical rules have been approved by our competition WPC department, and the tournament has been conducted in according to those rules, because also, once again, we had cases in the previous season while we approved documents and then you hosted the tournament with the different regulations. I don't know the reasons for that, but still, if you approve something, please go with them, with those documents, and please proceed with them. Next one. The next one, once again, the open registration link, which should be generated by the platform, by WPC Plus platform, and should be published somewhere, as already said, in your social networks or within your website and within WPC website. Then all tournaments that have been registered in WPC Plus system, all the necessary information has to be downloaded within the system about the teams, about the referees, all the reporting documentation. It will all go in there. The very important thing here, let's fix it also, that we will be getting used to use our new WPC Plus platform. The next one, this is again about the technical video recording, as I already said, that all the games, all the competition process, for example, you will have like 2 days of competitions by 8 hours. I do not need you to make a proper broadcasting with the graphics, with the studio. No, we just want to make a video technical recording. But again, here I have a separate slide and I will fix more details on that a bit later. All the tournaments has to fit within the requirements on number of teams I mentioned on the previous slide. And the number of technical defeats I already told about, that limits are respected and we are not getting out of them. So once again, if you are okay with all these bullets, it means that your tournament will be ranked. If something will be missing, all these bullets, all the 7 bullets here are obligatory to follow. If something will be missed, we will not rate the tournament. So this will be the rules for this entire season, upcoming season. Next one, please, Vika. Yeah, a separate slide on our WPC platform. I have to say once again that this is a rather unique platform for all of us. We are now in the very tough process of constructing it. It will be launched on 1st of May. So, and this is the centralized digital platform for organizing and managing tournaments. Next one, yeah. It will enable for you, like the member, such options as submitting the applications for the tournament, oversee tournament operations, invite the teams, and upload all the information needed about the teams and about the referees in there, and upload all the required reporting documentation within our tournament regulations and stuff. The platform streamlines participate registration, referees registration, scheduling and drawing, results processing, and ensuring seamless interaction at all competition stages. So here we heard your complaints on the previous stages that you had to print a lot of paper to bring it on site and stuff like that. Now we give you an electronic tool to work with, and you will be able to choose your operation mode, whether you would do the protocols on paper and then put them in the system, or vice versa. You will work in the system, put all the results in there, and they will be formed automatically later on. So on the first stage, next slide, please. You will see in your personal account within WPC website the link how to work with the platform. Over there, we are now working with the video tutorial with our IT colleagues who are producing the system, and they've done very simple and very easy video instruction, video guide how to use that. And on the first stage in May, while you will put your applications for the tournament, we kindly ask you to use this tutorial, this video, to get used to the platform. But if you will have any questions, you can contact directly with the technical support. It will start working on the 1st of May. And our IT guys, our IT team, they are planning to do a deep dive for the platform. I think that by the end of May, while they will finalize all their common work on the platform right now, they will prepare all the teaching, studying materials for the platform, and they will present it to you on the separate seminar. Because like right now we are using only the first step of our client path, only the application campaign. It's rather easy. You will see it within the system. We try to do it smooth and easy with like unique user experience, but on the next stages, maybe you will have more questions about how to use the platform, and our IT team will help you with that with a separate seminar. Actually, from my side, I think that this is it. No, I have the slide about the video recording. Yeah. So what we want you to do here, as I said again, if you are not able to make a proper broadcasting, but some of the members did broadcasting, very nice examples we had on the first stage. Here we are asking you only to make a technical recording of whole entire competition process. How we do that? How do we see you can do that? You can use the smartphone or a tablet with a good camera. You can use the tripod or stabilizer for a steady picture. You can even use the external mic, but this is not obligatory from our side. You will need definitely need additional power, like power banks. And if you want to stream it right away, you will have to have stable internet connection. But again, here, uh, when I'm saying how we will receive this information, you can upload the video, the link to the video. We do not need a live streaming, but from our perspective, it is much easier to make a live streaming. You turn on your camera, you turn on YouTube link, and it goes directly to there, and it stays there for unlimited period of time. It is public. YouTube could be reached almost from any corner of our planet. So that is why we recommend to use live streaming to YouTube. But again, if you do not have a proper internet connection, or you do not have internet connection at all on the venue, you can record it within the memory of your devices and then upload it. And we will compare all the information in the report and documentation, what was the scoring of the games and stuff like that. So there are some comments on camera placement, but the main issue here that the camera should be put in such way that there are no obstacles and we can see the proper competition process within the whole tournament. Not even like, in details, in faces, in substitutes and stuff like that, but just that these games were on place, on site, that these teams were playing, that we can open this link, for example, to take the protocol out of our WPC platform and see that, yes, team of blue were playing against team of whites, and maybe if we have any questions, we can take a look on that. Yep, here we can proceed. Yeah, and here I have to say thank you for all of you who delivered the tournaments once again with us on the first cycle. It was very tough exercise for all of us, for us to help you, for you to get used to our job and our job experience. We will be here working closely to you and helping you to deliver very nice tournaments. We trust that, we believe that this season we will reach much more goals than then presented for the first one. Actually, we have much stronger internal KPIs on the quantity on the level of tournaments. But again, only with your help we can do that. That is why do not hesitate to come with us to receive some support. If you need to ask something, please ask something through the email. We will reply right away. All this stays in our conversations, so don't hesitate to ask any questions. And I wish you very good luck in hosting and delivering the tournaments for 25-26 season. So I'm passing the floor back to you, Dan, and you will present our next speaker, I hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vlad. Thanks, and we'll hear from you more during the Q&A. I want to present to you now our next speaker, Ashki Taylor. He is split between London and Dubai, and our consummate expert on marketing and communications. I've been working with Ashki often in the last few months, and he's I'm glad to have him with us, quite fit to instruct and assist us with the new requirements and progress being made in marketing and communications. So Ashki, I'll let you go ahead and present your material now. Thank you, Ashki, for being with us.
All good, Dan, and thank you. Appreciate the comments. It's been great working with you over the last couple of months as well. So yeah, please, if we could have the slide up. So there's obviously some changes that have come about. Obviously, at the beginning of the presentation, you saw that there were new names for what had been called golf minors and golf majors. Now, obviously, those changes mean that there's a change in the brand guidelines for WPC and for your tournaments, for the brand guidelines for using WPC brand and the names, etc. We are going to be doing a webinar on the 22nd of May, time to be confirmed, but there's going to be a presentation or a webinar, like a workshop like this, on the 22nd of May, where we will go through everything related to the new names and the implications for your branding for your events. So please join us for that so that you can get all the details and you can ask all the questions about it at that point. But the key point that we really want to flag here is kind of like, why does that bit matter? And actually is about everything that we have talked about today, which is about the tournament quality, etc., making them shine and scream and about how great Fishtool is and the great work that you're doing. So last season you received points for delivering certain elements related to marketing. Like the other points that Vlad has just gone through, some of those have changed. So there were some where we have revised or kind of clarified, which I'll run through in a moment. And then there's some others that are brand new actions. So let me just quickly give you the headlines on those. So there are now, there's always been points in relation to the using the WPC branding for the events. That is will obviously be updated with the new brand guidelines that we will talk through on the 22nd. But please, you will need to adhere to those. You'll need to strictly follow them to secure the points that are available for that. In terms of social media posts, there's been some revisions that you will see once you've got all the documentation that related to what we need to see for you to secure those points. The main one, or one of the key things, is obviously about the amount of posts that we're looking for you to deliver now, as well as how many social media platforms you're covering. And please always tag the official Games of the Future account for that platform to do, and that will also get you the points. Now, on the broadcasting that Vlad was just talking about, obviously before there were points awarded if a member broadcasted them on 3 or more cameras. From a marketing perspective now, and the points that are available, we have simplified it, and it is actually about live broadcasts. So you basically will get points if you do a live broadcast of the final match of the season that has to have commentators with it, as well as like a static shot in between each of the matches. You get other points if you live broadcast all of the matches on all stages with the graphics, the commentators, and everything else. The recordings of those broadcasts must be available publicly online afterwards as well, so we can check those. So that fits in with what Vlad was just saying and reflects the recommendation to use a platform like YouTube to keep them all there on your channels. So that's in relation to the existing points that have been there. There are also then some brand new actions that we put in to basically reward and give you more points for success. So if a post of yours on any channel about Fishtool Rivals gets a view count of more than 1,000 views and the GOF account is tagged in it, then you will now get points for that post. Additionally, there's a criteria and an opportunity to gain points if you create a highlights video that showcases either the Origins season or the Fishtool Rivals season. And again, that needs to be shared across 3 platforms. And finally, we previously had asked you to provide media coverage reports, but we are now you will now get points for that, where there's a media coverage report that you share, and there's at least 5 publications covering the Fishtool Rivals tournaments that you run. So you're getting more opportunities to run your events. Finally, I will just say that all of the kind of the proof, etc., needs to be on submitted within 72 hours to the WPC Plus platform that you've just been taken through and that you will have access to from the 1st of May. If you need the assets that currently exist, like the press release templates, the social media templates as they currently are, they are in the WPC members section of the WPC website. As I said, the brand guidelines and some of those social media assets will change off the back of the new branding that we have talked about. And again, those will be available after the 22nd of May, so plenty of time for your events later this year. But if there are any other questions after today's Q&A, please just contact us at the email address that is on. And I'm now going to shut up and pass back to Dan.
Thank you, Ashby. Let's move on to our Q&A session right now. Just a couple of procedural instructions to give you. You'll notice at the top of your Teams meeting menu, there's the raise hand button. If you'd like to say your question verbally, you can use that feature. I've been looking at the chat room, and so I'll bring up a couple of those right away so that for everyone's benefit. But please, when you are, if you are speaking your question verbally, please state your name, the country and organization you're representing, and please relate your questions to the workshop topic. And for others, just go to join@worlddigital.org. We decided in our meeting on this workshop a few hours ago that maybe we would just show you a glimpse of the Q&A feature. You can see here, we've clicked on a link that leads us to the WPC URL. And here's where we have an ongoing collection and refreshed collection of questions and answers as we receive them and as we judge them to be useful for all members. We will put those questions and answers here. But it's quite useful. You can sort by WPC membership, tournaments, and the different cycles, tournament cycles by year. Anyway, just wanted to show you that, but let's get back to the topic of this particular workshop. We have a question in our chat room. I'll just start with, the question was from our delegate in Argentina. Can we do other stuff other than laser tag for shooters like VR or paintball? Did we get that answered later on? Let's see. I did not see an answer to that one. Vlad, do you want to address that one?
Yeah, actually, this is not the new question. We already heard that. The answer is no. We are using our format. We can't get used to because paintball is different mechanics. You all play in the finals, which are games of the future in laser tag anyway. So these are different teams, and for us, it's not about growing the community. That's why we have to use the appropriate format. VR game is totally different, and it also doesn't work. It doesn't match. We discussed it internally. We had a rather tough internal discussion with lots of people involved within our organization, starting from business development department, we like competitions, broadcasting team, marketing team, and we decided that here, no, we can't use another mechanics. If we want to increase the brand awareness and the community of this digital shooting game, we have to be consistent and follow our rules. That's the answer for this question.
Thank you, Vlad, for the clear response. If we used a different product, then it would be basically a different discipline, and we wouldn't be able to compare with one another across the world. So thank you for that clear response. Let's see, we had, I don't see any raised hands, so I'll keep going with the chat group. the question was from our delegate in the U.S. Will there be a chance to do some test runs before the actual tournament to ensure we master how to operate the WPC Plus seamlessly on the day of the event? The answer here is in the chat. You can see for yourselves that we will make tests for you. The tournament application module will be available on May 1st, and we'll work with the technical support of the platform to help you every step of the way. The other question, will the platform include referees? Yes. Referees will have to register on WPC Plus platform and will also have to enter tournament information during matches or at the end of matches. Vika has added the Q&A link into the chat, so make a note of that as well. Here's a question again from Argentina. How do you, in countries that don't have professional laser tag places, should we not participate? Most countries only have places for kids with laser tag equipment for kids. The reality, Vlad addressed that, but Vlad, you have some extended response to that?
Yeah, actually, there are different tricks how to proceed with that. For example, our colleagues from Serbia, they hosted the tournament for the laser tag. It was nice activation within the bar. Nico, you can rent the equipment within the childhood laser tag club, make an inflated figures somewhere in the clear field outside or in the school gym or somewhere. You can make like inflated easy setup figures and use that equipment, or even playing within the kids laser tag club. It will also work, but it has to be a proper competition campaign that people are competing against each other and you are counting the rounds. It could work even in the childhood clubs. Not with such fancy setup we used on the games of the future. Here we have to follow the mechanics and to get used the community to that mechanics.
Thank you, Vlad. From John Jackson, I assume the WPC Plus platform will follow GDPR compliance. Assume there won't be a need for us to provide personal data to the platform as participants will complete the registration. Would someone like to confirm that or respond to that? Vlad, are you able to?
Yeah. Hold on a sec. We will just make a brief internal comment. This is a very appropriate, very right question about the collection of personal data. But as far as I feel, we had these discussions internally and how they would be collected and where they would be stored. But we will give additional details on that. I think that's closer to the seminar. We will address this question once again to our lawyers team, and they will get back with that. Where would be the servers and where would be the data stored and stuff like that. This is a sensitive issue, we understand that.
Nico, you have your hand raised. Turn on your mic and let's hear it.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Vlad, for the answer. To follow up on the question, the problem with that is that I cannot invite professional Counter-Strike teams, for example, that are in that top 20 of the world to participate in a laser tag for kids in which you point to the right and you can hit someone in another room because it doesn't work. So should we point those tournaments to bring just random people like casual players? Because the thing with that is that for me, it's not useful to bring to a world championship people that will not win as a country member. And that's the same thing for everyone. Why would we want to go to a world championship to not win? So that's why, what's the alternative if we want to invite these people to participate? Same for, I don't know, let's say I want to invite for football or whatever, I want to invite professional players. We did some stuff with content creators here, but if we bring them to play in this type of places, it will not only be bad for us, it will be bad for you as well, because they will not participate and they will probably do a bit of a bad press after the event if they come. That's it.
The only thing I can say here that we can share the contacts with the colleagues from here, from who did the first edition of games, who supported us, who was the supplier for the laser tag equipment. You can maybe buy or share it within some number of countries in your region, because we have members from different countries, and maybe you can like summarize your funds and then share this equipment within like 3 or 4 tournaments. They will send you the whole bunch of equipment. It will not cost you like a bridge. This is adequate amount of money, and you will use the equipment, which will be moving from one venue to another. And the setup could be really easy. Somewhere outside, it could be done from the plywood or inflated figures or something like that. It will not be enormous amount of money. But again, coming back to the level of teams, we are making a new substance. Let's forget for a second about tier 1 teams in this CES laser tag game. We are not interacting, we are not challenging tier 1 teams. We are in a dialogue with Valve. We received from them that we are not matching their ranking tournament system. You understand why? Because we are making a substitution for one round from esports to the physical world. And they say, you are not matching our ranking system. We will not give you a license for the main tournament for tier 1 teams. We forgot about them for a couple cycles. We will proceed pushing Valve. We will talk with them that, hey guys, your game is only the part of our digital shooting game and whatever. But right now, we do not have license for the games of the Future 25 for tier 1 teams. They reduced the prize funds, so the prize fund would be not interesting for tier 1 team. And they even asked us not to touch tier 1s. Tier 1s do not want to play in physical part anyways, whether it will be a kids club in laser tag or somewhere else. We have to grow up different type of competitions. We have to promote that guy. And maybe in some days when even Valve would see that we have such action and the movement grew in different countries. Now we had only 7 tournaments in shooters for the first cycle, only 7. We hope that we will like double up this amount and we'll have 15 to 20, and it will go and through the community and everybody will know about that, except the games of the future, all this stuff. And even Valve, maybe they will understand our idea. Right now, you know Valve and how they talk. They are rather silent there, and it's very hard to reach them and to bring even our ideas and stuff. Now we're using this game, maybe we will change our mind. But this is about growing a new community in sports, and let's try to do our best. Let's find the solution. I don't want to, we will not anyway exclude the physical part from here, whether you are going with that or not. This is your decision. We are not challenging you on that. Maybe you will stay with this decision not hosting this tournament. Maybe somebody else will come from Argentina and host this tournament and qualify the team, and they will go to the qualifier or games of the future. That's the only thing I can say. We will definitely share the contacts with those people. They are rather active. They are pushing us that, hey guys, we want to help all over the world. Of course, they are a commercial company. Of course, they want to earn money. Of course, they want to sell their equipment. Of course, there are different options how to reach this equipment. You can find the supplier somewhere in China, but nobody says it will be free of charge. Of course, it will cost some money from there, and you can choose from your side. But these are the costs, but there is the profit. That's the only thing I can say. Everybody tries from esports tries to challenge me, but we are here not doing pure esports.
No, it's not a matter of esports or not esports or regular sports or it doesn't matter. This has to become not even a business, but it has to become a break-even model for everyone. The thing is that if I bring to play 10 people that are unknown to everyone, it's impossible to bring a brand to put some money in this. I believe that you are living this even in the games of the future. It's very hard to bring brands to participate in this. So
Yes.
the equipment costs like $10,000, the bare minimum, and it's impossible to raise that in any country with the types of participants that we can have with this type of clauses. In our case, we can bring all the tier one teams from esports that could give us a good quality event. But the problem is that if we bring them to a child's place where with the renting of the place we get a cake, it will not be possible to get them to be there. Same goes for football and all other types of stuff. If we want to make this something that is not just an investment from everyone's side, but something that is profitable, it's very hard with this model. That's it.
Nico,
Yeah,
thank you
I
for
totally, I
your
totally
question.
understand, but the only thing I can say, this is some kind of venture. Even for us, we're proceeding to invest in this discipline within games of the future. We understand that we will not receive very high figures and interest in there. But even those participating teams and even those members who did this exercise on the first season, they will receive the opportunity to participate in the tournament. Okay, let's say it's not fixed, but it will be not definitely like half of the million. It's leveled by Valve. As far as I remember, it's 250K for like 8 or 16 teams. We did not decide it yet, but it will be the price even for those members, and they would be able to invest this money in the development of this movement. It will be the prize fund will be higher than the investment in the equipment tool, and maybe your neighbors from the regions once again, for example, Mexico, US, they hosted these tournaments. Maybe they will solve it somehow. I don't know, but we have to keep going on that, and we have this our internal strategy with that. I don't have like a pure solution to you today. How you're gonna deal with that? Inviting not tier one teams, but again, no tier one teams will come to your local event. You are not giving them a huge prize fund or something like that. You will anyway invite some enthusiasts from the market, like we do here, for example, in some countries. And maybe it will grow like in 3 and 5 years in a huge substance. We hope it will do so. Maybe if you have some strategic vision on that, how to proceed with that, you have my contacts, share it with me. With a fully packed turnkey solution, how we gonna proceed, and maybe I'll take a look on that and discuss this strategy with my entire management team. But we haven't received such proposals. Leaving only esports, no, it will not work from the very beginning. Everything else, I told you, paintball, totally different competitions, mechanics. We will not gonna match those people from paintball world when they will come to the major playing laser tag. They will be blaming, they will be crying why we are using stuff we are not get used to. VR also not working. We discussed why we do not want to make these physical exercises in VR because they are not relevant to our entire product. If you have any solutions, how to find the solution within hosting the laser tag events, digital events and shooters, go ahead.
Thank you, Vlad. We're now past 8 o'clock. There was just one more question that I want to highlight before I quickly close from Guillermo. Are these policies open for debate among WPC members, or is a policy from PI that shall be followed? I guess my question is, which policies specifically are you addressing, Guillermo, if you're with us? Okay.
Well, sorry, let me unmute. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I unmute.
Sure.
I'm on some other. Sorry, guys. I was with some people. I couldn't speak on the other place. Hello, everyone. Hi, Vlad. Great to see you. Hi, Dan. Hello to everyone. So this is in regards about everything. It's not that I am complaining. I'm just asking, like, if when I will sit later and see on details everything, if I find something that could be improved, just understand, like, if this can be changed or these are rules that we shall follow. Especially like we were just talking about CS that Nico made the questions for us. We would like to have like further discussions on that. And like, because like we were talking, like we had like 7 participants worldwide. So I think like if we want to promote to have more participants worldwide, we should be discussing on other possibilities as laser tag. As of now, we don't see it possible in Argentina. Like that would mean like running a new business that we're not keen to start. But it's a discussion for later. It's not a discussion for now.
Sure.
But I don't know. The same like with marketing. I don't know. I saw something about like 1,000 views, which I mean I agree. I'm not saying I'm not agree. I'm just asking if all these things are open for ballot or not. Not today, of course, but for later.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for your candor on that. Guillermo and everyone, I'd like to hear from you. We're not going to present a format for like a debate or putting to vote every single new policy that for us is an operational certainty for us. We would not be able to build a new product with so many cooks in the kitchen, but it does not mean that we don't want to hear from you. So I've now had the great privilege to meet with 3 of you one-on-one. Those have been very productive meetings. That's part of my job is along with business development and the relations managers from business development side of PI. My job is to hear these kinds of concerns and see how I might represent those to incrementally move this brand new sports movement towards something that that works from the WPC side and for you as tournament organizers. You guys are the cauldron of talent that we're moving to the games of the future. And so we recognize that we can't ignore that. So for now, if you'll please continue giving me the privilege to hear from you. I want to make sure that I'm meeting you whenever I can. If I'm visiting in a certain region, I'll be in Bar, Montenegro from the 8th to the 12th, and then I'll see you all in Dubai at the end of May. I believe that there are some slots that we're organizing for one-on-ones, and I'd love to talk to you even outside of those formalized meetings. At socials and in between events and after dinner, and let's get to know each other. And I'd love to hear from you. That's it. We're at 8:05. No regrets for eclipsing the time. It was a great conversation, excellent presentation, and very timely subject for us. thank you to everyone that helped prepare again. Vika and her team, Vlad, as always, ready to go in handling tough questions and with the great details. And let's move forward. Thanks everyone who joined us. And if you have great notes, it looks like you've had some AI that's been taking notes. I'm sure as a community, you'll be generous with one another with some things that you've learned from this and other encounters with us. But thank you very much, and I'll say goodbye until next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.